Sit back, grab a drink, and listen to Free Liquor.
Wake your goat mouth ass up for the 23 shout out. You know who it is, you know what it is. It's another episode of Free Liquor. I am, of course, the man that you love to hate, your daughter want to date, your son want to be like, you rat bastards. The ungentleman himself, DY the Ghost. And I'm here today with my panel of men. We're going to start from the end and work our way back.
Yo, what's going on? My name's Brady.
How's it going? This is Zoe again.
And I'm Bebo. What's good?
What's good, everybody? First things first, I want to welcome you gentlemen back in and welcome you first round Fred. And with that being said, I definitely want to open up with a Lamont Sanford Award winner for the week. And that's this judge in Florida. If I could pronounce your name, I definitely would. How the fuck you gonna let this bitch give head to a 13-year-old, take the sperm, get knocked up with the sperm, and give this bitch a suspended sentence? Let the sexes would have been flipped. That man would be under a fucking prison. And for that, you are the biggest hoe I've ever met. Even though I never met your ass, but you're still a bitch in my book. But with that being said, I hope you burn in hell in the words of the great Ashley Foot from Minister Jap. Shout out to Minister Jap.
Wow. What news channel you seen that on?
Right, yeah, I was about to say, like, bruh, why you keep putting me on to, like, hella terrible shit that happens?
Yes. I mean, the Lamont Sanford Award is an award to acknowledge motherfuckers been doing dumb shit.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, old boy at Central Florida, that was an NFL draft prospect and threw it all the way over a bitch because him and another group of motherfuckers want to run in a dude's house.
What?
So it's another athlete story now.
Yeah.
Is that an athlete?
Well, that was an athlete, but like I said, this judge in Florida, I can't believe she let this motherfucking bitch rape a teenage boy, get pregnant, and suspend the sentence versus sending her to jail. Oh, and not to mention...
What?
Oh, hey, and not to mention...
What's it? Okay, keep going.
And not to mention, depending on what state you in, if you have a minor child and they have a child, you're on the hook for child support till they're 18.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this bitch is actually eligible to get child support from the child she raped.
That's crazy.
Look at the motherfucker. But hey, like I said, let it been a dude that fucked a minor chick.
That shit would be like in the paper.
Yeah.
Like, we would have known about that.
Yeah. But you know, that's all part of the misandry, that goes on. And that's, kind of the title that I want to really hit with today, the whole misandry cause in itself. For those who don't know, misandry is the hate or contempt of men. And honestly, living in today's time, in today's social media world, you see a lot of misandry every day. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's niggas ain't shit media or, all these different memes where men just look absolutely horrendous or they just think, or even if you look at sitcom TV going as far back as the Jeffersons, there's always some goofy ass man on the show that just make everybody look bad. Your Fred Flintstones, your George Jetsons, Carl Winslow looked like a dumbass. The only real stable and successful looking dude on any of these shows was what? Uncle Phil, maybe George Jefferson, that was about it. Other than that, even the white shows, your Kings or Queens, your Everybody Hates Raymond, things like that, like misandry has played like a huge part in the U.S. media culture for the longest. Would you agree or disagree?
So let me ask you a question, Dwayne, outside of what you asked already. Do I disagree or agree? Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel? How do you personally go on your daily basis knowing stuff like this is going on in the world?
It makes me govern myself in a very heavy way because I already know I'm an asshole. True-blood asshole. In the world of fucks, mine ran out in like 2007. But with that being said, I understand that the weight and the responsibility of being a man in today's culture, I have to kind of govern myself when it comes to things in public. Not to play the race card, but being a black man, they expect me to walk out the house and say something goofy or say something crazy or hell, do something crazy. And then on top of that, they don't expect me to be articulate and intelligent and having my shit together. They expect me to be one of these typical jigs with 4 baby mamas, 13 kids, and working at McDonald's, if not, no job at all, and be trapping. So I understand I have to operate with such a heavy weight of responsibility on my shoulders, per se. Call me crazy.
the way in which those views are like are brought up, like not views, sorry, but the way in which the misandry is done, the disguise is what like gets you, and the disguise is also what makes it more universal because it's entertainment.
Elaborate.
So that's because it's like you just said yourself. You're talking about it's beyond just it's a bigger disguise because like it's the misandry knows no race because it's even in mainstream shit like fucking Seinfeld and fucking Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
And so when you get shit like, you know, I mean, yeah, when you get the fucking, especially like the old school TV shit, the old school TV shit is horrendous. You know how fucking racist Bugs Bunny was back in the day?
I mean, like
Bruh, like
with the
it's,
honeymooners.
right, yeah. Right,
You know?
and it's like,
Goofy ass, overweight bus driver, every episode threatening to beat the shit out of his wife.
right, no, it's crazy. But it's like, to a degree, I don't fuck with the misandry, but how it's being, I guess, depicted in the media nowadays, from, I guess, women's or just the opposing perspective, it's reactionary. Because when you get shows like the fucking, I forget, what was the name of the show where you were talking about the domestic abuse just now?
The honeymooners.
The Honeymooners, right?
No, that was in the. Now, mind you, that was black and white TV. We're talking.
Right, that was old as hell.
40s,
No, but I'm saying like, for some women, unfortunately, that was a reflection of their real lives. But then there's the issue right there is that then he goes into generalizations, the attitude about men. That's not man-like behavior to be a woman or be like abuse anybody really.
I'm just gonna roll up out of bed and just smack
Right.
the bitch. No, that's
Right.
not how no real dude gets.
Right.
Now, let's keep it a buck.
But
If you just woke up
Yeah.
and said, "Yeah, today I'm just gonna walk up on a random bitch and just bore shit,"
right.
I can say I never did that.
Congratulations.
like who? But that's,
Oh my God.
But that's the way they paint the misandry in today's world. Like, like you just asked me. Like, how is it painted? Like, look at all these social media memes and things like that. Everything is either a man is violent, or he out here taking pussy from chicks, or he's just a bumbling fucking idiot. He ain't graduating high school. He ain't working. He ain't this. He ain't that. And it's like, yo, 64% of black men are in the middle class. You know what I'm saying? Like, the middle class itself, by the numbers, is 45 to 105. So this whole notion.
That's a wide ass.
Yeah, but I mean, you have your tiers, you have your lower middle
Right,
class, your
yeah.
middle class, your upper middle class.
So that's just the general.
You know what I'm saying? But the general number is 45 to 105.
Right.
So it's
Would you
like-
say still working?
They still work, yeah, jobs, go down jobs, they're comfortable. So.
Yeah, and it's like,
Nothing wrong with that.
and it's like, honestly, like, how many of y'all have known a dude within your circle that was a known woman beater?
Not one.
I had quite a few friends that was women beater. I'm just gonna be honest. They didn't know that they was women beater, but you never know what a person can take you.
Oh, you didn't
In
know
certain
when you were
situations.
chilling with them. You didn't know that they were.
I
beating
don't think
women?
personally they know. Right?
What?
I mean, because you do have some men who come from that old school.
Oh,
where
okay.
It was okay.
It's
to hit
envi-
you-
it's
to hit your
environmental.
woman.
Well, not
Okay.
even that. I just think you never know your capability of what you would do to anything or any person until it's done to you. Right? And you wasn't born a killer or a woman beater.
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's nature versus nurture. Shit like that is clearly a problem that came from nurturing, from the come up.
I agree.
Yeah, because it's like no, it's crazy. Like I'm fucking like I go to fucking psychotherapy, right? And this lady is telling me about like how much a young brain really soaks up and reflects, like how much how much information it's really taking in.
Yeah, 'cause
There's so much learned behavior, like good or bad, that you were starting to take in, like, as like a fucking like toddler, bro.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you grow up in an immoral setting,
Right.
you learn to appreciate
Right.
immoral things. Like if you grow up around drug dealing, if you grow up around pimping, if you grow up around,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, those type of things, you don't see it for what it is.
There's no objectivity.
There's no,
yeah.
because you're like, okay,
Because this is just life.
yeah, this is what I know.
Right.
But see, the thing is, where I'm coming from is more of the overall picture. Like pretty much, like most misandrous women would say, all of us at this table right now put our hands on a woman at some point in our lives.
Right.
I've never put my hands on a woman. I've actually been a DV survivor where the chick was hitting me,
Damn.
and she had to go. And she had to go to.
She had to go out.
Ah, that's why your ass got locked up, bitch. But
Yeah, for real.
It's
So-
funny how people look at that like women
The-
hitting on men.
Yeah.
and, they see it
Yeah.
as no big deal. They're like, oh, women punches don't hurt, and
Yeah.
like, but if I turn around and hit you with a closed fist at 250 something pounds,
There's still the shock. Yeah. At the very least.
But like men don't. We don't want to be physically abused either. Like that's,
Yeah. No. It's
boundary right
it's
there.
it's violating to anybody. You know what I mean?
I can say I could be with somebody who would do that. You know what I mean? We're resorting to violence instead of
Right.
using actual like communication to solve these issues. Then that's the problem, and that should be it. You know.
So let's twist it a little bit. What's the solution? You know, and I would prefer Boss Man down there to kind of start us off with that, because you said you take psychotherapy.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I see a
You
psychotherapist.
don't have to get into deeper details
Oh, no, that's
about
cool.
it, but
Yeah.
personally, I want to ask you, like, at what point did you feel like I need help, so that we can tell that to the community? How?
At one point, I need help.
At what point do you feel you needed that type of extra help, and tie that back to what we was talking about?
Full disclosure, I've been going to therapy since I was 15, bro. I'm in my 20s now.
Did someone influence you too, or you just felt like you
kind of,
needed that?
yeah. It was like, it was, you were talking about, you know, the lack of objectivity growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about where we're from earlier. My dad grew up in Miami, Florida. I'm Caribbean. My dad is like Cuban and Puerto Rican.
Island boy.
And yes, sir. And then,
your dad was the plug.
nah, he wasn't the plug. Like, no, here's the thing. He was trying not to be the plug because he grew up in that environment, and so he was overcorrecting. Right. Right now, he's a music minister at a church over in like other side of the DFW right now. And so the only reason I'm in Texas is because he wanted to go to seminary. He wanted to go to Bible school. So that's the environment that I came from. I didn't fucking, you know, and that has its own levels of ignorance. Right. And so things like, and they were old school too. Let's keep that in mind. They were old school.
I mean, truth be told, the church, whether it's been the black community, the white community,
Anybody, yeah.
It drove men out years ago.
Oh,
it made it a very unwelcome place
Right.
for men years ago, and that's also
and
part of the dysfunction.
Right, right. And it's
What do you think about that? Oh, my bad. Keep going.
oh no, it's just fucking in that environment where you're so close to religiosity,
Yeah.
and you're living like, you know, my real name, again, I'm only bringing this up just to prove a point. My real name, my government name is Gabriel. You know how many times at work I get like these old ass fucking white people being like, oh, named after the angel. Like even now I'm getting reminded of this religiosity daily, even though I'm not a part of it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, but in that environment, I'm not going to talk about good things or bad things that went on necessarily, but I'm saying in that environment, you're left naive to a lot of understanding. And so you're in a box. You're in a box. And it's more subtle than just shit like being like a Jehovah's Witness or being like a Mormon. Because even in like, and I'll tell you, like even in like Christian communities, those are considered the cults. You know what I mean? Even in those communities.
What, hour and a half from Waco?
Right. No, yeah.
So
Right. You know, fucking bro, dude.
Correct. It was the biggest federal invasion that quote unquote failed in U.S. history.
No, it was crazy. They made a TV show about it.
check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely gotta check it out.
And that's just in Waco.
The leader was David Koresh. But go ahead, give us your thoughts on, what improvements you think we can do to eliminate the misandry itself.
Let's get back on point. Yeah.
My opinion is just more education on like what it is out here for like your 9 to 5 men, your men work, and like us getting a voice somehow, speaking in public spaces, and like I guess showing whoever like is misandrous like that, like showing them another viewpoint or like just what's really out here. You know what I mean? From what they see. Because I mean, for me, it's like to change someone's opinion or mind on something. It could be like beating a dead horse, right? Like you may not get anywhere with that. So it's like, are we really trying to change or like fix something that's already, I guess, broken for certain people, or someone's fixing their mindset, or just like educating, I guess, people who are in the middle who don't understand just yet, where they align as far as like misandry or just the opposite end, as far as like putting faith in men, you know what I mean? So it's like, in my mind, it's just like creating more voices, like shows like this.
Just more discourse. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
about to ask you, do you follow the Manosphere?
Yeah, I'll say I follow it. I watch some creators and that. Yeah.
Like those are supposed voices that are trying to express whether it's your Rollo Tomasi's, your Obsidians, your Rest in Peace Kevin Samuels, your Tom Likas, your Angry Man's, things of that magnitude. Those are content creators that are trying to express the male point of view, but it's getting so much fight and kickback from the mainstream society itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There might have to be some women voices there as well.
I mean, you have some. You have Danica Marie. You have Just Curly Things. You have what was the whole girl named? Monique Michelle or something like that. I can't remember her name per se. I'm supposed to be closer to the mic.
I'm supposed to be closer to the mic.
It's peaking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are we attempting to change certain opinions, or just like like what is the goal? 'Cause I feel like that's just difficult. You got the mindset on certain things. How do you like reform that?
I mean, all the variables you brought up are valid, absolutely, and that's the thing though, and that's what makes re-educating so tough, because we don't know what the home life is like for certain young men. We don't know if they have any like mental disorders that might hinder them from fully being aware of shit like that. You know what I mean? And with shit like, again, what you brought up, like domestic abuse and shit, there needs to be accountability on either side, whoever's, the abuser, whoever's the victim or whatever, but there also needs to be a layer of empathy as well, because I don't want to sound like a fucking philosophy fucking guy or whatever, but it's like suffering, I found, is like a fucking sickness. If you don't cure it, you're going to spread it on to somebody else. So to a degree, if you're like these men or just anybody that's beating people and that's how they need to like let out like aggressive shit or any kind of just emotion or whatever, they need fucking help too.
Yeah.
There's something else going on. For you to react to that like intensely and you don't have like a super hindering like mental condition, you need fucking help too. You gotta fucking deal with some shit too.
Talk to me, cuz. What you got?
I think we need to simplify it. I feel like we're missing the number one rule when it comes to therapy.
Uh-huh.
And for people who have took therapy, the number one rule is first to admit, right?
Accountability.
Accountability. Take accountability of your actions into your own hands. Like I said, a lot of people don't know what they're capable of being or doing in certain situations until they're put in that situation, right? And that's the scary part about life.
Yeah.
But that's also a lesson learned about life as far as why you need to take risk and why you need to do the things you need to do to figure out who you truly are and capable of being, right? And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to people realizing that they have a problem. Because a lot of people have problems. I have problems.
Right.
Us as humans tend to focus on problems. I feel like we need to take that focus off of the problem and start orchestrating the solution, right?
I'm gonna hit y'all with a real brilliant quote. I never forget I was having a conversation with a philosophy professor at SMU, and I actually took this from one of my grandfather's friends when he was drunk. His words was, "I'll never be father of the year, but I'm a motherfucker for sure." And when I said it to him, he thought it was the most profound thing he had heard in about 20 years. He was like, "Who really is father
Of the year, yeah.
What really is
A motherfucker, yeah.
Now, mind you, this was the echoings of a motherfucker drunk off Smirnoff. We thought it was the most profound shit going.
4 minutes, nigga, 4 minutes.
So, with us getting ready to wrap down the show, you know what I'm saying, I want to go ahead and start to do the final thoughts. And I actually want to ask this question as a final thought.
Right.
With the environment you grow up in being a big influence, and I actually was telling my men's group this the other day. The reason why a lot of these young cats today are wilding, because they were, kind of talking about this young current generation.
Right, yeah.
And the reason why this current generation is wilding like that is that we had OGs growing up.
Right.
They don't.
Right.
They
So
do,
there's
Wayne.
they're not operating with a code. Let's keep it above.
They got OGs.
But they're not operating with a code. Like, we knew not to violate any code.
They playing blind to it. It's because what they see and what they're. You become a product of your environment for sure.
Mhm.
And I'm a person that can be a witness to that. Growing up in Chicago, Illinois, the West Side, I was a real product of my environment. I wasn't raised like that as far as the things that I've been through, but you are guilty by association, and you are what's around you, and that's why you need to, be careful of the people you surround yourself by. And at this table, I truly want to take this time to say cheers to the gentlemen that are sitting at this table.
For sure.
Because I'm surrounded by success.
6'7", reach the long ass
No, but that's, and the environment changes how well you can take accountability. Sorry, let me move up closer. Your environment really significantly affects how much accountability you can take.
100%.
Because that's the devil or the angel on your ear, bro, or on your shoulder.
Exactly.
Because it's and I'm lucky enough to say that people I live with, close friends, they know how to hold me accountable. So I'm fortunate in that regard. I can't speak for a lot of other young men, but
Keep them people close to you, man.
right, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Go ahead, give it to us.
No, I do agree with that as far as accountability.
Right.
You yourself trying to hold yourself accountable, you have to give yourself grace in so many places, right? So it's important to have those people around you who can really show you the true colors of your actions or the things you say, and just holding you accountable. I do think the space you grow up in definitely matters. That was I can't lie, I grew up in the two-parent household, suburban area.
Old Carlton, Russell Wilson.
Will Smith dude over here, man.
I ain't gonna handle somebody like that. Nah, just to say, good people around me brought me to good places. They encouraged me and kept me focused on the things and tasks I needed to accomplish. And, I'm here today because of my friends. I'm here today because of my family. So, environment is important.
Right.
Definitely important.
Give it to me.
I really, honestly, no comment, man. I think we covered it all. I want to leave it off on what he just said because I feel like that holds weight a lot, and it takes a man to realize that he has a problem, and it takes courage to be consistent with finding that solution, and that's the only thing I want to spread.
Gotcha. With that being said, fellas, go ahead and toast on another episode of Free Liquor.
Hey.
And remember, your thoughts ain't my thoughts, but your thoughts can be my thoughts.
That's for damn sure.
Shout out to A-List.
Sit back, grab a drink, and listen to Free Liquor.